What's up, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. We're going to be going over the three new heroes, the 2 legends and the 1 epic, so that you know if you should pull tomorrow. We have put these in at S+ already before I seen the stats on these. And the art looks fantastic. But let's have a look at the multipliers. Basically, there's 2 stages of 100% attack damage each to a single enemy. 40% chance to inflict 1 layer of poison. That goes up to 60%, so it's not too bad on the percentage chance. At each stage of Poison Spear Strike and Poison Spear combo deals an extra 80% poison damage when Self has explosive venom for every 1 layer of poison the target has. Exclusives could be very needed. First active skill deals 3 stages of 180% attack damage each to a single enemy. 40% chance to inflict 1 layer of poison for 2 turns. This will be a 70% chance. An exclusive one is a double-barreled exclusive because it partners up with the explosive venom again. 3-turn cooldown, so that's very good. Passive skill for each 1 layer of poison inflicted by Self, grants Self 1 layer of venom. Meanwhile, when Self has 10 layers of venom, consumes them all and enters explosive venom status immediately for 3 turns. During which Veronica increases Self affected by 25% and the poison damage dealt by 30% and will not be inflicted with poison. This is nice, it increases up to a 40% increased poison damage dealt, and required venom layers are down by 4 on upgrades. A ton of exclusives here. Obviously, exclusive 1 partners up with it. Exclusive 2 reduces the direct damage dealt by enemies of poison to Veronica by 20%. This is also very nice. When any enemy with poison dies, transfers their poison to the enemy of the lowest health. That's huge. Exclusive 3. When Self has explosive venom for every 6 layers of poison inflicted by Self, grants Self 1 layer of venomous rush, each of which increases Self poison damage dealt by 12% up to 5 layers. Yes, that's 60% extra. That's massive as well. It will not be removed when the owner dies or at wave transition. Now her final active skill, Poisonous Spear Phantom. There's 2 stages of 120% attack damage and 120% of poison damage each to a single enemy. Now this means mastery and attack rate is huge, both. Meanwhile, the first stage has a 100% chance to inflict deep poison in 1 for 2 turns. If the target has no less than 3 layers of poison, the second stage has a 70% chance to double their poison layers, or if not, the second stage has a 70% chance to inflict 3 layers of poison for 2 turns. That's massive for stacking poisons. On. Veronica is looking absolutely solid, in my opinion. She is looking solid. I really like the looks of Veronica. What about Melot? And she looks fantastic. Look at the glittery hair. Look at the glittery, very Wizard's Eye kind of fashion. Looks great. Okay, basic attack. 100% attack damage and 60% extra poison damage to a single enemy with a 40% chance to inflict 1 layer, which does increase to 80 for 2 turns. For each 1 layer of poison the target has, increases the extra damage by 10%. Deals 200% attack damage to a single enemy with a 60% chance to inflict 1 layer of poison for 2 turns. Afterward, any ally with no less than 2 layers of poison enhancement pursues and attacks the same target. After casting Crystal Mark, for each 1 ally that successfully pursues and attacks, reduces the cooldown of Crystal Mark by 1 turn. The cooldown of a skill cannot be increased or reduced by other effects. The chance increases to 90%. And after casting Crystal Mark, each time 1 layer of poison is inflicted on a target, when any ally pursues and attacks, Melot additionally deals 140% attack damage to them, which increases by 10% for each 1 layer of poison the target has. And it's considered poison damage, so mastery is going to be massive on her. Passive, Toxic Crystal. While Melot survives, grants 1 layer of poison enhancement to any ally that inflicts at least 1 layer of poison during their own turn. Each layer of poison enhancement increases the poison damage dealt by 3% up to 5 layers. This does increase to 5%, and that will be a 25% increase on poison. At exclusive level 2, at the start of each wave, grants all allies 1 layer of poison enhancement. When Melot has 3 layers of poison enhancement, grants Self 1 layer of crystal protection, which reduces all Self damage received by 25%. Exclusive 3 increases Self poison damage dealt by 35%. Meanwhile, Crystal Burst deals extra 80% poison damage for each 1 layer of poison the targets have, respectively, increases the extra damage by 10%. Exclusives are going to be huge on her. Exclusives are huge on every hero, let's be honest. Final skill. Deals 200% attack damage to all enemies with a 60% chance to reduce their effects resistance by 50% for 2 turns, and a 60% chance to inflict 1 layer of poison for 2 turns. Meanwhile, refreshes the duration of all poisons. Effect resistance down AoE is huge. It's going to be massive for poison teams. She is like the biggest support kind of poison hero right now, in my opinion. Increases self-poison damage dealt by 35%. Meanwhile, Crystal Burst deals 80% extra poison damage for each 1 layer of poison the targets have, respectively. Definitely, both of these heroes are looking solid. Melot and Veronica are looking solid. Now, where is the final hero, the epic? Sunset Sage's Hatos. He looks like a beast. Look at these 2 hammers. We're actually competing Ruin by the looks of it. Competing with Ruin. Okay, so his first basic deals 160% defense damage to a single enemy. 15% chance to inflict stun for 1 turn. The chance is doubled if it lands as a crit. So we're going to want to build him on crit. And the chance does go to 25%, meaning it'll be a 50% chance to cause stun, which is big. Deals 2 stages of 160% defense damage, each to a single enemy, with an extra 35% crit rate. If any stage lands a crit, restores self-health by 8% on max health. And each stage of Dusty Wind combo has extra 80% crit damage at exclusive 1. He is defense damage based. We're going to have to see about that. Desert Expansion. Hatos deals 20% more direct damage to enemies with debuffs. He gets counter attack at level 2, which will be massive. It can stack. He's going to be a stun god. He's going to be a stun god. But they will need to be debuffed. Okay, he's going to be awesome. Sandstorm Smash deals 200% defense damage to all enemies and extends the duration of all the non-controlled debuffs for 1 turn. That means all your damage over times as well. Meanwhile, grants Self Shield by 30% on max health for 2 turns. This is nice. Exclusive 3 deals 10% more damage for each layer of debuff the target has, up to 100%. I like the look of him. I really like the look of Hatos. I think he's going to be a solid hero. Definitely an amazing epic. And he is a defense hero. He is Green Mark. And he is Sunset Sages. I think he's going to partner up very well with a lot of heroes. So that is it for the outlook on the new heroes added into the game. I do recommend pulling on the Miracle Wishes. I think they're all very good heroes. You have Taff, Turf, and Walter, I believe, in the Miracle Wish up as well. Walter's fantastic. Taff's fantastic. And Turf is a great carry early game. So if you don't have many summons to do, possibly pull for Turf to help you carry through the game early on, or Blue Mark Tower as well. But the new heroes are very, very strong. So take care, have a great day, evening, wherever you are.